Number one thing men are still not accepting in 2025. Tune in. Women don't actually love you. They love you for what you have and what you look like and how good your sex game. That's as simple as that. This generation of women do not care about being in love. They don't care about being in a 60-year marriage. They don't care about that. These women, they just want a man to come scoop them up so they don't have to work for the rest of their lives. These women just want a man to provide and take care of everything, and the woman lives stress-free. If you got that girl while you were in your prime and your looks start to slowly deteriorate, she will leave your ass. If you got that girl because you worked at a Fortune 500 company and then now you was spoiling her with Chanel bags and stilettos and the red bottoms and Louis V left and right, and then one day you start to dial back because maybe you lost that Fortune 500 job, she gonna leave your ass. I mean, I'm just saying, it can happen. Look at Channing Tatum. That was Magic Mike. He was grinding and all that nice stuff, but look at him now. He just doesn't look like the same Magic Mike. Justin Bieber, he used to be the teen sensation back in the day. And I know he was going through some rough times and all, but still, like, his looks kind of they kind of faded too with the amount of stress and everything he's been going through.
So I want to get on here and tell everybody who's in the dating pool, I genuinely apologize because you have been royally screwed. It's hard to find somebody to come into your life and to add to your life versus take away from your life. You got people who's only satisfied with having sex and that's it. Like, can we build something? Can we take trips? Can we laugh? Can we, go through hard times together and still bounce back? Like, can we do all of that?
Propaganda that I simply will not be falling for as a chronically single 29-year-old. Number one, you can't love anybody else until you love yourself. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. That's my left arm. I love myself plenty. You should see my right arm. That's all I do is love myself. That's the whole problem here. You know what I don't love is you. So you should probably shut up. How about that? Number two, you just got to put yourself out there more. Oh, and you know what you need to do is shut up. Look at these bags underneath of my eyes. That's a dude who's putting himself out there. I just can't do the small talk anymore. I just can't do it. Number three is the classic. It's going to happen when you least expect it. I'm out here walking around like this every single day, expecting nothing. Do I look like someone who expects anything of myself at this point? I expect nothing, and it hasn't happened. So I have some advice for you, and it's to shut up. Number four, you're going to make a great dad, or you're going to make a great husband one day. One day when? In fucking 2097 when I'm in a retirement home? I'm 1 year away from freezing my sperm. One singular year away from freezing my sperm. I've accepted the title of Funkle. Funkle is all I'm ever going to be. And also, did I mention that you should probably shut up? And number five, my personal favorite. How are you still single? I've never asked myself that question before. You think if I knew the answer to that question, we'd be sitting here having this conversation right now? So how about this? I have a question for you. Why have you not shut up yet?
What the fuck is the dating culture nowadays? What is this new age of dating? Call me old-fashioned, call me traditional, call me boring, call me anything but past 10 p.m. and say, wanna come over? No? The fuck? This other guy was at him once when we were out, like, hey, like, I'd love to see you. I'm like, okay, great, like, what should we do? He asked me to walk around, like, the area that we live in, and we'll see what comes of it. It's like, no, I'm sorry, if we know each other, like, I have no problem, like, doing that. That sounds really cute. If I don't know you, and you're not, like, trying to, like, actively, like, court me, I have really high expectations. Like, my grandpa was 1 out of 3 choices. He had to win over my grandma, and then he built her a house. So, step it up.
You know, I came across this video where a woman literally said, dating today is crazy, it sucks. And honestly, that statement couldn't be more accurate. Dating in this generation has become confusing, messy, and exhausting, but not because men changed. It's because women decided to rewrite the rules, and now they're realizing it doesn't benefit them the way they thought it would. You can't spend years saying you don't need men, turning relationships into power struggles, and then act shocked when genuine connection disappears. Men didn't destroy the dating culture. Women did. The moment attention became more valuable than affection, dating lost its meaning. Instead of building something real, it became about status, money, and validation. Social media turned relationships into competitions. Who can get the most likes? Who can attract the most attention? Who can make their life look perfect? The same women crying that dating is hard are the ones passing up good men every day because they don't meet unrealistic fantasies. Men have noticed and they've adjusted. They realize their time and peace are worth more than chasing someone who doesn't appreciate them. They've learned that no matter how hard they try, they'll still be criticized for something. If they're kind, they're called weak. If they're confident, they're labeled toxic. If they pull back, they're accused of not caring. This constant contradiction has made men step back completely. They're focusing on their growth, their goals, their happiness, because self-respect feels better than constant rejection. Dating used to be about effort and partnership. Now it's about who can gain the upper hand. Women claim to want equality, yet they still expect men to do all the heavy lifting, initiate, plan, pay, lead, while offering the bare minimum in return. The very same women shouting, "Men don't try anymore," are the ones who gave men no reason to. You can't demand effort when you no longer bring peace, support, or gratitude. The balance is gone, and women created that imbalance by turning love into a transaction. Dating today really does suck, but not because men gave up first. It's because women stopped valuing what truly mattered: loyalty, respect, and genuine affection. They traded long-term love for short-term validation, and now they're sitting in the mess they made, wondering where it all went wrong. The good men didn't vanish. They just stopped volunteering for pain.
What the actual fuck is wrong with men in this generation? What do you mean I have to pick you up for the fucking date? What do you mean you want me to pay for the fucking date? The thing that I absolutely cannot stand is when I'm gonna go out on a date with a guy, and you know, he pulls this fucking card. So where do you wanna go? I don't know. The fuck? You should be like, I'm picking you up at 7, wear a nice dress, we're fucking going and doing something. What the fuck? Nowadays, all you get is a, come over, let's hang at my place. It's okay, I don't want to just fuck them. Then proceeds to just fuck you, after you clearly tell them you do not want to hook up. If you want to know why the most loyal women have turned into some of the heartless and outrageous fucking people, just take a look at the way fucking men have treated us. Reevaluate what you're fucking doing, men. Let me clarify one more thing. If I wanted a man with them, I would just be a lesbian.
This woman on this video said, "The dating bar is set so low for men nowadays. What happened to flowers and calling instead of texting?" And I couldn't help but think, how did we even get here? How did dating go from appreciation and mutual effort to women expecting men to give everything while they offer the bare minimum? The truth is, the standard didn't drop for men. It dropped because women stopped valuing the same things they're now complaining about. You can't destroy romance, mock effort, and then cry that it's missing. There was a time when men brought flowers because women value that small act of kindness. They called instead of texting because women picked up and appreciated the gesture. But nowadays, men who show genuine interest are labeled too eager or thirsty. Women say they want effort, yet they reward indifference and chase the ones who treat them poorly. You can't say you miss real romance when you keep choosing attention over affection and chaos over consistency. That's not on men. That's a reflection of what women now glorify. Men haven't lowered the bar. They've simply stopped performing for people who don't care. The modern dating scene taught men that no matter how kind, respectful, or thoughtful they are, it won't be enough unless they fit into some impossible fantasy. Women set the rules, men adapted. You can't keep rejecting good men for being too nice or too boring, and then act confused when men stop trying. The effort died because appreciation did. No man wants to keep giving to someone who only takes. Women say they want flowers and phone calls, but when a man tries, they leave him on read, or worse, call him desperate. The reality is, romance didn't vanish. It just got punished. Every time a woman mocks a man for being genuine, every time she overlooks him for someone toxic, she's killing the very thing she claims to miss. The dating bar isn't low for men. It's low for women who lost touch with what makes connection meaningful. Dating only feels broken because women destroy the foundation it stood on. Respect, patience, kindness. Those used to mean something. Now it's about who has the most options, who looks the best online, who can gain the upper hand. So if the bar feels low, it's because women buried it there. Men didn't change. They simply stopped entertaining ungrateful behavior. Real effort still exists, but it's no longer being wasted where it isn't valued.
Since I have some awesome guys on TikTok right now listening, I'm thinking, may I have your opinion, please? What is it with men these days and not wanting to date? Do you guys have a fear of commitment? Is it the woman these days? Does it have anything to do with spending money on women? Does it have anything to do with trust issues? Maybe dating apps? Maybe you feel like there are endless options in terms of significant others? Please let me know in the comments.
I saw this woman online asking, why don't men want to date in Toronto anymore? And honestly, that question says a lot about where we are as a society. It's not that men hate dating or hate women. It's that men have realized the risk simply isn't worth the reward anymore. The dating culture has completely flipped, and women in cities like Toronto have helped create an environment where relationships feel like traps instead of partnerships. Let's start with the biggest issue, divorce. The rate keeps climbing, and men are the ones losing everything they work hard for. A man can spend years building his career, investing in a home, trying to secure a future, only to have it all taken away because the relationship didn't go her way. In today's system, marriage has turned into a gamble that most men can't afford to lose. Women talk about love, but they ignore the legal and financial reality men face when things go wrong. That's not love, it's risk management. Then there's trust, or rather, the lack of it. Too many women have turned dating into a competition instead of connection. Everyone's trying to one-up each other, to look perfect online, to keep options open just in case. Men don't feel safe being vulnerable anymore because every time they open up, it's used against them later. You can't build trust when people treat relationships like short-term deals. Women wanted freedom and endless choices, and that's exactly what destroyed loyalty and stability. Distance and detachment have also become major issues. In big cities like Toronto, people are close physically but disconnected emotionally. Everyone's too busy proving their independence to actually build something together. Women say they want a good man, but when they meet one, they act guarded, distracted, or too focused on appearances to value what's real. That constant, I don't need anyone attitude has pushed men away completely. Nobody wants to date someone who treats connection like a weakness. So when women ask why men don't want to date anymore, the answer is simple. Because dating today offers nothing but risk, stress, and disappointment. Men are tired of being blamed, drained, and undervalued. They're not avoiding love. They're avoiding pain. Women create a culture where relationships feel unsafe for men, and now they're wondering why men are walking away. The truth is, men didn't change. They just stopped volunteering to lose everything for people who don't appreciate them.
Do you know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
You know, I keep hearing people say, men today are scared of being single, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Men aren't afraid of being alone. They're afraid of wasting their time, energy, and love on a woman who doesn't value them. What's terrifying isn't loneliness. It's being in a relationship that drains your spirit, empties your wallet, and breaks your peace. Men are realizing that solitude is far better than being tied to someone who only takes and never gives. Men used to chase love with everything they had. They gave 150%. They worked hard. They sacrificed. They built. But what did most of them get in return? Disrespect, ungratefulness, and betrayal. That changes a man. Once a man's soul has been ripped apart after giving his all, he learns a painful truth. No matter how much effort he puts in, it's never enough for someone who doesn't appreciate it. That's why men are walking away. They're not bitter. They're just done being emotionally destroyed by women who see relationships as convenience, not commitment. It's crazy how society has flipped this narrative. They say men are afraid of love or responsibility. But in reality, men have always been the ones holding it all together. We're the builders, the fixers, the protectors. Men carry the weight, take the hits, and still show up. But when that constant effort gets met with criticism instead of gratitude, it kills any desire to keep giving. Women today have no idea how exhausting it is to keep providing for someone who acts like it's never enough. Men wouldn't mind pouring their hearts into a relationship if they were met with loyalty, peace, and appreciation. It's not about avoiding love. It's about avoiding pain. If women were still feminine, nurturing, and supportive like they used to be, men wouldn't be running from relationships. But modern women have become entitled and demanding while offering less and less. You can't expect a man to stay when all he gets is stress and disrespect in return. So no, men aren't afraid of being single. They're finally choosing peace over pressure. Being alone might feel empty at times, but it's nothing compared to the emotional chaos of a toxic relationship. Men have learned that love shouldn't hurt, and that giving everything to someone who only drains you isn't noble. It's self-destruction. Women created this new reality, and now they're shocked that men would rather walk alone than keep bleeding for someone who doesn't care.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like dating nowadays, it has become so boring and just uninteresting. I feel like a lot of these niggas do not put effort in no more. All they want to do is text. Niggas never want to talk on the phone. Then when it comes down to planning dates, you gotta be the one to plan a date. Like, damn, do you niggas not know how to plan dates anymore? Then I'm getting tired of texting. Like, texting is one of those things where I really don't like doing it because I grew up in an era where we talked on the phone all day. These niggas just want to text all day long. Then when it comes down to making plans, they act like they don't know how to plan anything. It's already sad enough that y'all don't know how to do the simple thing like go get roses. How is that hard to go to the grocery store and grab some roses? Nigga, y'all go to the store and y'all go get food, don't y'all? The roses be right next to the food aisle. Then roses don't even cost that much. You could buy a thing of roses for about $7. You niggas act like y'all don't know how to do anything anymore. I feel like when it comes down to relationships, like I feel like I'm becoming the man. I'm the one that plan on the dates. I'm the one that plan to do everything. And I get so sick and tired of being the planner. Like, I just want somebody to come and to match my energy. I want somebody that's going to be exciting and just full of life. I'm the type of person where I can be full of life. Sometimes I have my days, but like I'm really a full of life, adventurous type of gal. And I need a nigga to match that energy too. Then not only that, y'all niggas be expecting us women to come and sweep y'all off y'all feet. Y'all really be acting like y'all some princesses out here. There's no reason why us females are starting to do the shit that y'all niggas are doing. When it come to dating, I really feel like at this point, I should be dating a woman. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like I know how to treat a woman good. Like, I can really be the man that a woman really needs. Like, I know how to plan dates. I know how to do adventurous shit. At this point, I think I'm ready to start talking to women. Because I feel like these niggas really be giving the bare minimum. And I'm sick of it.
This woman's saying, a lot of men don't even put effort into dating anymore. Dating in 2025 is the driest it's ever been. Nobody tries. And I just had to shake my head. Because she's right about one thing. Dating is dry. But what she refuses to admit is why. Men didn't suddenly stop caring. They just got tired of giving effort that goes unappreciated. You can't keep blaming men for doing less when women stopped making it worth doing more. There was a time when effort was mutual. A man would plan the date, call her, show up on time, and she would bring warmth, respect, and appreciation. Now it's one-sided. Men are expected to do everything, to plan, pay, entertain, and impress, while women just show up with an attitude of entitlement. You can't expect men to keep giving their best when women no longer bring peace, kindness, or gratitude to the table. When every effort is met with complaints or comparison, men simply check out. Women talk about men not putting in effort, but they're the ones who lower the standard for connection. Social media taught them that looks and validation matter more than character. Real romance got replaced with posting soft life aesthetics and bragging about what a man can do for them. When women treat dating like a transaction, men stop treating it like an experience. They realize that no matter how much effort they give, it won't be enough for someone chasing perfection instead of partnership. Now men are focusing on themselves, and women call it laziness. But it's not that men don't care. They're just tired of losing time, money, and emotional energy on people who don't reciprocate. Dating has become a competition, not a connection. Women wanted independence, control, and endless options, and they got it. But what came with it was emptiness. Men simply stopped entertaining games, manipulation, and unrealistic expectations. That's not being lazy, that's being smart. Yes, dating in 2025 feels lifeless, but that's not men's fault. It's the result of women destroying the natural balance that once made love exciting. When respect, loyalty, and effort stop being valued, men stop providing it. You can't expect effort in a world that rewards arrogance and dismisses genuine emotion. Men didn't ruin dating. Women did, by turning it into a marketplace where attention is currency and affection is rare. That's why men would rather protect their peace than waste it on people who no longer deserve it.
Here's some crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
Men today would rather be single than deal with the chaos that comes with modern relationships. It's not because they hate women or fear love. It's because peace has become more valuable than partnership. Too many men have given everything, time, energy, loyalty, only to end up drained, disrespected, or labeled a villain. Being single means keeping control of your emotions, your finances, and your focus. And in today's dating world, that's the smartest decision a man can make. Staying single means saving money and avoiding unnecessary stress. Relationships have turned into financial burdens where men are expected to spend endlessly just to prove their worth. The effort, the gifts, the dates, it never seems enough. Men have realized that the best investment they can make is in themselves. Instead of funding someone else's comfort, they're choosing to build their future. There's no reward in trying to impress people who only see love as a transaction. Another reason is emotional safety. Men have been through enough heartbreaks and betrayals to understand that not every woman wants to build something real. Once you've had your loyalty tested and your effort dismissed, you start protecting your peace. Being single means not having to worry about being manipulated or constantly walking on eggshells. It's not fear, it's self-preservation. Men would rather be alone than have their emotions controlled by someone who doesn't care about them genuinely. The dating scene itself has become exhausting. Too many games, too much pretending, and not enough sincerity. Everyone is trying to look perfect online, and no one wants to put in real effort offline. Men are tired of chasing validation. They're tired of being accused of not doing enough while being compared to unrealistic standards. That's why so many are choosing solitude. It's calm, predictable, and honest. You know exactly what to expect when it's just you. At the end of the day, men aren't afraid of relationships. They're tired of being labeled toxic or misogynist for simply wanting respect and loyalty. They're done giving everything and getting criticism in return. Being single gives them freedom, focus, and peace. And in this generation, that's worth more than any modern relationship built on ego and entitlement. Men are no longer scared of being alone. They're scared of losing themselves in a relationship that no longer values who they are.
This is a question for the men. If you're not a man, keep scrolling. Okay, so men, why are we hating women? Why are we hating women? I feel like women are hating men and men are now hating women. They don't want to get married. They don't want to live with them. They, they just want to be single forever. Like, what's going on here? Are all you men into men now? Like, what's going on? I'm so confused. I feel like we're creating a divide here, folks. Can we come back together? I love men. And I want men to start loving women again. Like, I don't know. What do we need to do? Let me know and I can try to get the congregation together and we could try to move forward. So we can all start loving each other again? I don't know. What am I missing? Can you please fill me in? I'm very, 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 very confused. Okay, thanks.
Men aren't avoiding relationships because they hate women. That's far from the truth. Most men love women deeply, but they've learned to love their peace more. Modern dating has become a battlefield where men are constantly told they're not enough. Women say they want strong, caring, hard-working men, but when they meet them, they tear them down, criticize them, and compare them to someone better. Men simply stop trying to meet impossible expectations that only lead to pain. For years, women have shouted, "We don't need men, stay away from us," and "all men are trash." Well, men, listen. You can't spend years pushing men away and then suddenly get upset when they stop coming around. Men didn't wake up one morning and decide to walk away from women. They were pushed out by constant disrespect, double standards, and rejection. Now that they've stepped back, women are realizing they actually missed the very men they told to leave. The reality is that most women today don't want partnership. They want perfection. If a man isn't 6 feet tall, doesn't have a six-pack, or doesn't make six figures, he's instantly disqualified. That's not dating. That's shopping. And men are tired being treated like products on a shelf. They just want to be accepted for who they are, flaws, imperfections, and all. But instead, they're told they have to constantly prove their worth, while women bring attitude and entitlement in return. Men aren't bitter. They're just done sacrificing their mental health for relationships that don't bring peace. Being single gives them freedom, focus, and clarity. No more walking on eggshells. No more emotional games. No more pretending to be something they're not just to earn basic respect. Men are learning that solitude can be healing, that their minds are clearer, and their hearts calmer when they're not constantly being judged or blamed for everything. So when women ask, "Why don't men want to be with us anymore?" the answer is simple. Men didn't leave love. Love left them. They didn't give up on relationships. They gave up on being mistreated. Men are not against women. They're just done fighting to be accepted in a world that tells them they're never enough. You told men to stay away, and they did. Now they've found peace, and they're not giving it up for anyone who can't respect them for who they are. Fellas, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. You guys have been showing nothing but solid support lately, and I see every single comment, every like, and every share. Let's keep this conversation going. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think men are truly done with modern relationships, or is there still hope out there? I want to hear your perspective. Thank you all for watching and for standing firm on self-respect, peace, and purpose. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay focused, stay strong, and always protect your peace.